Alright, hello YouTube. I am back. I'm in my aircraft sitting here at Fort Stockton. Let me rich the engines up and let me get the fuel pump going. A little bit of gas. And I'm going to turn my start knob, which starts both, even though right engine did not start. Why is the right engine not starting? I don't know. Alright, now the right engine started. I tried to tune in my radio and it wouldn't tune in to get the weather.
Traffic near 10 Fox, I think we were clearing wide to the northeast of the airport, departing to the north.
That should have been left on what it was on the last flight, which would have should have got me to from here to Van Horn. This is my last flight of my big trip that I've been going around. KVHN, that's me. Except
Savage Shadow 0 Foxtrot is 3.5 miles north, going to be setting up for a 3-mile final from runway 12.
Activate that leg. Even though I'm not going to be using it, I'm going to apply this true VFR. So let me. I'm going to switch this to GPS anyway. So I'm going to fly out. It looks like I'm looking at the windsock. The wind is going that way anyway, so I'm going to just taxi over there and we'll take off that way, and we're going to follow I-10 all the way. I don't know what is. There's something drooped down on my leg.
2.5 mile final for my 122 straight in, full stop.
Okay, so here we go. I'm not even going to set up a flight plan. I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to say Fort Stockton traffic, bearing November 4-5 Oscar Golf Alpha is taxiing to the runway for west departure. So the parking brakes, give her a little bit of gas, and it's hot, so I'm going to open up. I don't know which runway I'm taxiing to here. Should be the same one I landed on. Because I remember the parking was on the far side. I know field elevation here is 3,011 feet. So I'm going to yeah, that's about right then. So that's just over, let's see, 20, 40, oh, that's 20. So I want to, yeah, maybe right there. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Someone's over there in a general aviation, Cessna 152. That's cool.
Traffic, Skyhawk 13805, final 12, traffic in sight for touch and go.
I don't know what the weather's going to be like when we get to Van Horn. There is, on the charts, there is a radio frequency set up for that. It says it should be 119 point. Gosh darn it. I didn't bring my laptop out here because it's busy. 119 point something. But last time I tried to dial that in, I didn't get any weather information. Just like I'm not getting any weather information right now from this one. Looks like this is runway 3. I could take off from runway 3, but I don't want to have that bad of a crosswind. Looks like there's no traffic coming.
Yeah, the bus side is cleared or my side?
Yeah, it looks like I'll be taking off from runway 12. My flaps are up. My trim is set to neutral. I got plenty of gas because I gassed up before we left. It's supposed to be half a tank. It's a little less than half a tank though. It's a little warm out here because I'm trying to get this flight done. I didn't leave the air. Usually I let the air run for about 2 hours before, or an hour before. Oh, I should have brought my other earbuds out here. I gotta bring my other earbuds out here so that I have one plugged into the TV for when I'm doing truck sim, and I need one for this because all those radio calls are gonna echo. You know what? I am just gonna take off from this intersection. Alright, Fort Stockton traffic, Baron, November 45 Oscar Golf Alpha is taking off runway. See this fucking Stockton traffic, Baron, November 45 Oscar Golf Alpha is taking off runway 12, departure to the west. Yeah, that's a little frustrating that it doesn't know, because I'm not keying the mic. I am setting up my VATSIM. I'm going to do some flying on VATSIM next week. Alright. I'll just do a quick run up here. So I can pull. Looking at that exhaust gas temp.
Traffic got 851 Delta Sierra.
Alright, here we go.
For runway 12.
I could have put my flaps down one notch since I'm taking off before I'm at the end of the runway, but I think I'll be fine. This runway's plenty long. As long as I clear those power lines up there. 80 knots, rotate. Got a positive rate of climb, tap the brakes, and pull up the gear. Alright, so I want to be heading to the west. I'm sure this is Interstate 10 here. I'm going to get above these power lines here before I get too crazy. And I'm going to be flying at an altitude of 6,500 feet for this trip. Trees in the parking lot for that building. Touch stuttery for me, which means it's probably stuttering in the recording. We're basically, I'm just going to keep Interstate 10 off my left wing. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the autopilot, but I'm only going to use it for the altitude hold once I get up to 6,500.
Traffic,
off those taxi lights, landing lights. And let's pull our props back to 2500 RPM. Get them synced up. As best I can. Climb a little bit faster. I'm 6,500 feet because I'm flying VFR to the west.
Taxiing runway 12 for takeoff.
Set my squawk to 1200. I should have done that before I took off. And Fort Stockton traffic, Barrow, November 4-5 Oscar Golf Alpha is leaving your airspace. Have a good day, everyone. Alright, 122.9 is the one in Van Horn. But yeah, 6,500, the even numbers, because I'm headed to the west, anywhere west of, between 180 and 360, anywhere to the west, you want to be on an even heading, or an even altitude, sorry, and you want to be at a 500 foot if you're VFR. So 6,000 for the heading and 500 because I'm VFR. And like I said, I am just going to follow the highway all the way in.
Charlie doing a left crosswind for 12.
Alright, we are nearing our altitude. The reason I'm going to 6,500 is some of these mountains up here that I'm headed towards are in the 6,000 foot range. Technically, one of these peaks is 6,500. I missed my heading, or my altitude.
Crossing over the field at 2,500 feet, and we'll make for the downwind for 3-1.
Lowering my manifold pressure to 20. And let me slightly descend, get to my proper altitude I wanted.
Traffic here, E783 with east about 6 miles south. We got the family ahead of us at site, and we'll probably go straight into 3-1 traffic permitting.
Swinging that heading bug around. Due west.
Experimental 49 goes to west, turning left downwind. 20 for the parking north.
And let's go heading hold. I'll just fly with the heading bug. I will fly using the heading bug. hear anything, so I cannot look up what that radio is supposed to be.
Traffic, Aircheck 961 Hotel, 7 miles northeast, 525, setting to 4.6.
United Airlines up there. United Airlines over there. I don't know what that is. Huh. It looks like it's an airplane. Looks like it's going straight up though. I don't know. I don't know. Truck stop or something right down there. Like I said, that is Interstate 10.
Traffic, Aircheck 961 Hotel, 6 miles northwest, field, setting to 4.5, flying about 2 miles north of the field.
We are kind of in the boring part of the state over here. It's really flat and it's just desert landscape, as you can see. Not a lot out here to look at until we get over here to the mountains. That's kind of why Kelly and I chose to be where we chose to be, because the we want to be somewhere near the mountains, have some type of scenery to see. Yeah, it's a good thing I opened those cowl flaps, because look at the temperature gauges. They're kind of high anyway, even with them open. If I had those cowl flaps closed, woo, dog, we'd be overheating the engine. Now it looks like I'm right on track with the GPS, but the highway will turn to the right, so I'm going to lose that. Maybe just for the heck of it. When I get inside 50 miles, I'm going to start checking different stations to see if we happen to find it. And if I can't, I am just going to do a low pass over the field and see if I can't see that windsock to see what direction the wind is coming from. In theory, I could go outside and see what the wind is doing. It typically comes out of the west. Somewhere up in here, I-10 and I-20 will merge.
Experimental 29, go to land, Henry. Midfield, left downwind, runway 20, let me go.
So we're just following the highway, doing a true VFR, visual flight rules. Greg over G Parker's Arcade Room, he flies VFR all the time in his little area of St. Louis. It's kind of tough for us, for me. I say us because I'm used to talking about both Kelly and myself, but she doesn't fly in these. But it's tough for me to do VFRs in our local area because there's just not a whole lot of airports around us. There's not a lot of scenery for us to see. We are a long way from everything. So I don't know. Next week I'm going to start playing around with VATSIM, and I'm also going to start playing around with Auto Ortho. Right now I have this area downloaded, the satellite imagery, but I'm going to see about that Auto Ortho and see if I can set it up where I can just fly wherever I want in the country and it'll just automatically have the satellite data. I think that'd be awesome. And then I might choose, you know, I could either pretend I can fly out of areas where I have lived in the past. I could fly out of the Prescott Airport. I can fly out of the Salem, Arkansas Airport. I can fly out of Salida Airport up in Colorado. Those are all local airports, local to where I've lived. Probably up in the Ozarks, up in Salem, Arkansas, would give me the most different places to fly. But that are relatively close. I could do short little VFR hops. Fly to Little Rock, fly to Memphis, fly up into Missouri, fly over to Greg's house. There's a lake right there. What that lake is. There's camping around that lake. Sorry about that last video. If you watched my last video and I said I was going to put a external view of my landing and the I completely forgot to save the replay. I'm so used to getting out of the headset and closing X-Plane to do all that, I forgot to click on save the replay. Because when I record the replays, I do that in 2D flat screen mode, not in VR. Big old building right there off the highway. Yeah, I don't know what this lake is. It's not a huge lake, but it'd still be cool to go camping there if there's camping available. Looks like there are roads going towards it. Some trees. Kelly and I have talked about different options as far as to go camping. We have 2 motorhomes here on that property, but neither one of them are drivable anymore. They're kind of permanent structures that we just use. But at some point I would like to build a building for this arcade room so it will be insulated better. Insulated at all. And if I've got a building for this, then I would maybe make this trailer into a camper. Obviously I'd take out all of the arcade stuff and put it in the new arcade building, and then I would put a bed, a little kitchenette maybe. I'd have to mount like a water tank and stuff so we'd have water available, but we could even just use portable water. Something like that, but just something that we could tow somewhere and go camping. Some people might think that's redundant because we almost live like we're camping. We're out here off grid, but there's something to be said for going out to a lake or something. Mountains look nice. Boy, I almost dropped my controller. I did get adjusted a little better. See my controller? Right here, I am going across the bottom of the yoke. So that's pretty darn close. Here's the top. This yoke is bigger than that yoke, and it leans kind of towards me, I guess. But it's pretty close. It's close enough that if I look and I want to touch the yoke, I can touch it and it feels like I'm at the right spot. We're getting a little bit of turbulence up here as we get closer to the mountains. Looks like there is a general aviation aircraft on the other side of the mountain, about 30 miles away. It's at 5,500 feet. It's going 327. He should be at an even number also. And pull it a little bit to the right here. The highway's turning on us. Now this I-10 I-10 runs all the way from Los Angeles to Jacksonville, Florida. When I got out of the Navy, I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, and I got on I-10 right there in Jacksonville, and I got off I-10 in Phoenix. If you're in Texas and you're coming from El Paso towards the east, you'll come to this junction that we're flying up upon here shortly. And if you stay on 10, you'll go down to San Antonio, Houston, stuff like that. If you get off on the 20, you'll stay on the northern part of Texas and run over to Dallas, Fort Worth, Abilene, and of course closer to us you'll hit Pecos and Midland and Odessa. Not in that order. You would hit Pecos, then Odessa, then Midland, then Abilene.
16 miles south of the airfield at 4,400 northbound, inbound for full stop landing.
There's a lot of trucker traffic on I-10 and I-20, as you could imagine. Being in Van Horn, we are halfway between Dallas and Phoenix. Halfway between Houston and Phoenix-ish. That is why our hotel is so busy. People that are traveling between Dallas and Phoenix, they don't want to drive all the way to El Paso. It's already been an 8-hour drive. They don't want to go 2 hours more. They want to stop. All right, we're coming up here to the junction, and you can see how far off the direct line course we are. That purple line was direct, but I'm flying VFR. I'm not using my GPS. This is the junction between I-10 and I-20.
Traffic, 61891, 6 miles southeast of the airfield, inbound for a full stop landing at 20.
Somewhere right down in here, there is a geocache too. Kelly and I stopped and got that geocache. It's right near these junctions. Also, these little truck stops here. I say truck stops, they're not even that. They are just picnic areas slash, I don't want to say rest stop because there are no bathrooms right behind the engine. Can't see it now, but there's a pull out on both sides. It's just like, they call it a picnic area, I guess, technically.
Traffic, Skyhawk 61891, turning right downwind at 20, full stop.
But they are available for stopping overnight if you're driving through Texas. Anywhere that you can safely pull off the road and not impede traffic is a valid overnight parking spot. Texas believes in safety first. Every state should adopt that. It's pretty stupid to tell people, no, you can't stop and stay overnight. You need to keep driving while you're so tired you're passing out. That is one of the things. Oh, there's a train going by. See if I can zoom in before. Looks like an Amtrak. It's one of the things I like about Texas. There are things about Texas I don't like, but one of the things I do like is they're very driver friendly. If you're driving through Texas in an RV, you can park and stay overnight anywhere. As a matter of fact, on our way to work, sometimes semis will pull off right where our exit is. There's a little spot on both sides, whether you're eastbound or westbound. There's a big dirt pull off, and truckers will stop there. And then about a mile from our exit, when we're headed towards work, there is an old way station. It doesn't have scales or anything like that, but that when we go to work at 4:30 in the morning, that is completely full of semis. And then another mile past that is the official rest stop. And that will be completely full of trucks, some cars, but almost all trucks. And then all of the truck stops, there's a Love's, there's a Pilot, and there's they just built an Express Fuel in town recently. They will have trucks parked in the parking lot. So it's... Yeah, this guy's landing on runway 20. Yeah, I'm guessing that peak over there is the one I was worried about. That is at 6,500, because I am not very high compared to that. And it looks like it might be as high as I am. These little peaks here, I think we're about 5,500, 5,700 according to the maps. But we're basically going to fly through the pass over here. If it's modeled, you know, true to life, it should be. Might have been going through the pass, because we're almost there. We are at 25 miles away. Nothing on that channel. Basically, I'm just going to switch channels, go down 2 clicks, switch channels, go down 2 clicks. I pulled up the proper frequency once. I think it's in the 3s.
Traffic Skyhawk 5C uniform. 4 miles to the south, climb through 4,000 southbound.
Trying to get a bearing on my where I'm at. See, I've just gone through every frequency in the 119s. So I don't know what that frequency is supposed to be. I was looking for the truck stop. There's a truck stop at one of these exits. That's right up here. BEP, that says November 67276. BEP. It's 20 miles ahead of me. That's just past. Did he just overfly the runway? And there's another one out there. That's that one, I think.
Citation 228, I've been charging 6 miles, next base, runway 24, full stop.
With my telescope, I can almost read the fuel prices on this gas station here. Not quite, but almost. And I don't know if the people call this Van Horn, when they call Van Horn traffic, or if they call it Culberson, because it's Culberson County Airport is what it's technically called. The letters were VHN for Van Horn, as you saw me typing in, but it's technically Culberson. I'd be calling Van Horn.
Traffic, citation 228, Papa Charlie is on the final runway 24, full stop.
I could just do that and call traffic. Van Horn traffic, Baron, November 45 Oscar Golf Alpha is 12 miles to the east, inbound to do a flyover prior to land. Alright, so let's get off this altitude hold. Go to my vertical speed hold, and let's nose down some. Pull some power down to 15.
Traffic, citation 228, Papa Charlie, 2 miles, final runway 2.
Field elevation is just under 4,000 feet. So I'm going to try to cross the runways at 5,000 feet. Get about 1,000 feet off the ground. Hopefully I can see the wind side.
15 miles to the south, going to be turning around for a left base 24.
That's one thing listening to this radio chatter. You do pick up a little bit of the lingo, things that they're saying. Did I say to the west or did I say to the east? Because I'm to the east.
Traffic position 600 Juliet, 9 miles to the south, will be coming in left down, left base 54.
And I think I'll be landing on runway 21. Level off here.
Traffic citation 600 Juliet is on a left base for 24.
Van Horn traffic bearing November 45 Oscar Golf Alpha is 5 miles to the east, inbound for a flyover center field. Van Horn traffic. they put these stupid paved roads over it too. This person is coming into land.
Traffic 5600 Juliet, turning final for 24. More contact.
Van Horn traffic, Bear November 4-5 Oscar Golf Alpha is entering a right downwind for runway 03. I guess I'll just go with this because apparently they're landing on 03. Can't see the windsock. Oops. Yeah. See this plane? Got my binoculars out. He is on final.
Traffic 2702 to the hotel. We're 10 miles to the southeast, inbound. We're going to fly overhead and enter left traffic for runway 6.
He entered left traffic for runway 6 wherever they're landing, and that is not uncommon. I've said that before. Let's get configured for landing here. I'm going to turn on my landing lights. Increase my mixture a little bit.
We're 5 miles to the southeast, so we'll be overflying the field for left traffic runway 6.
I'm going to kill the autopilot because I'm going to hand fly this the rest of the way. Let's get the gear going down. And, oh no, I bumped the stupid mixture, or the props. Get one notch of flaps because it's always good to put some flaps down while you're in a turn. Van Horn traffic, Bear November 4-5 Oscar Golf Alpha is turning final, runway 30, full stop. He must have done a touch and go, because he is climbing out.
Traffic, Skywalker 010, with the sea southbound,
I should have said right base, but I thought I was closer and I was going to not actually do a base. Alright, I'm going one more notch of flaps. I got one red. Oh, now I popped too high. I was just about to say I had one red and one white, which is exactly what you're looking for. I got 3 down and locked. Flaps are all the way down. Visually check. Yes, the flaps are looking good. Now you can see that. I got one red and one white. That means I'm at the right height on my approach. Now I'm too high. I'm going to pull a little bit of power. There's a truck over there watching me land, I'm guessing. Working the power. Try to get back down. Trying not to float too much.
Traffic 2700 hotel, turning a left base, runway 6.
Get leveled off here. Do a nice gentle. And let's slow down. Got a little squirrely there. Traffic, Barrow, November 4-5 Oscar Golf Alpha is clear of the runway. I do got to work on that steering when I get onto the tarmac. That was a bit scary.
Traffic 2700
Yeah.
Hotel, turning a final runway 6.
I don't know if that guy's doing touch and goes, if he's just in the pattern. Go over here. I always park on the other side of this Cessna over here. If I knew for sure that that guy was going to come around and do another landing, I might stick around to watch it, but
8.5 miles to the south at 4,500 inbound.
alright. I still haven't figured out anything to set the parking brake. But there you go. There was a flight, true VFR. I'm going to remember to put the landing up after this. So, thanks for watching. Almost dropped my controller again. I'm watching that dude to see what he's doing. He probably is doing touch and goes, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and let me shut down this aircraft. I know you guys love that part of it. Got the strobes off already. Let me turn off the fuel pump. I'm going to turn off the avionics. I'm going to shut down the alternator, and then I'm going to kill the mixture, which will shut down the airplanes, the engines. And here, now that I got the battery still on, I can change the pitch of the props one at a time. Hey, why is the other one not doing it? Oh, well, it just, maybe you can't do it when the motor's not running. I don't know. Turn off the magnetos. I'm going to kill that beacon, shut off the batteries. The aircraft should be secured. And let's get out of here. Thanks for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Bye!